Hello dear viewers, and welcome back to Let's Play Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. What are we doing? What are we doing? I feel like we kind of left off in a hurry or something. Well, we're in Pandemonium, it seems. 8 runes of Zot. Cool. So there are 3 left here in Pandemonium, guarded by various extremely dangerous Pandemonium lords. It may... Oh, that's assuredly a Pandemonium Lord's pad. Let's clear out this surrounding area first. It may actually be easier, on second thought, to get the ones in the hells first. Not sure. Oh, that's right, we have Orb of Destruction now. Cool. Yeah, we didn't have another way to interact with things at the edge of our line of sight. Blah. That's really fun. I'm not sure what the tainted magic business is, but it doesn't seem too pleasant. Kind of want to blow them up anyway. Huh. Well, we have resist mutations, so not too worried. Plus, we're really strong, aren't we? Yeah, we're huge. We're huge! Gigantic! We can also fire those orbs off and forget about them. Are they at max spell power? No, interesting. I guess we'd need even more intelligence than we have already. But that's fine. Not too worried. I mean, even shy of full spell power, we're still crushing things. Training up our defensive stuff and our maces and flails. Yeah, that's fine. Step from Time isn't perfect, but I don't know. The only times that we're really in trouble are when we're out of mana anyway. Chabriados is pretty much just a glorified stat stick here. I mean, don't get me wrong, 15 to all stats is a really big stick, which we're quite happy to have. But we're not going to be using the god abilities a great deal. Though maybe I should be using Slouch more. I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't do enough damage to be worth the mana expenditure. 5 mana is, I mean, that's half of a Firestorm, and it definitely doesn't do half of a Firestorm's worth of damage. So, yeah. It is kind of interesting. This is the first character that I've seen that wild magic mutation on, and we've obtained it twice. Once through beneficial mutation and once through a random malmutation. Okie dokie dokie doke. Yeah, we're kind of beyond Scrolls of Fog being useful. So I did, I think it was shortly after I signed off last time, I did some reading on the unique Pandemonium Lords that guard the various runes in here, and they're pretty scary. Some of them are really tough. That being said, I'm fairly certain that we can win any fight that we throw ourselves into, as long as, sure, we'll pick up a random artifact. This weird little... I mean, what purpose does this serve? Like, one guy in every room? It's just a very odd setup for a... I guess Pandemonium doesn't have to make sense. It's Pandemonium. Okay, alright. Oh, I see. That's what happened. Teleportation. Well, and here I thought that there would be a Pandemonium Lord hanging out in the middle. This cool lair and nobody to occupy it. How odd. I mean, Pandemonium, whee! Well, it has been a rough day, viewers. It has been quite a day indeed. I definitely needed some crawl to cool off a little bit, unwind. Been very, very tense. Hopefully that will not cause me to make mistakes, because mistakes are never fun. Mistakes at this point are quite often fatal. We are obscenely strong. We are just super, super powerful, but we are not invincible by any means. Fire off a little orb at both of these guys. Yeah. Orb of Destruction. Very powerful spell indeed. I'm not sure exactly what the max damage is, but it's a bunch. It is a hefty amount. Though it's not an instant kill, of course. It takes a couple of turns to catch up to its prey. Oh, I love doing that so much. Just very satisfying. Okay, is there a way out here? Yeah, I kind of want to try out Hell. Maybe get one of the runes in there. I feel like we've been wandering around Pandemonium aimlessly for a little while. I think we can take on the nether regions. Without too much trouble. Well, when I say without too much trouble, I mean without dying. Dying is too much trouble. That's deeper into the abyss. We don't want to go deeper into the abyss. That would be silly. We want to get out of here. There we go. Okay. What is this little dagger? Ugh. Ibridos doesn't like us using that. So of course he forgave us for wielding it accidentally. Alright. Let's go to Hell. Okay, so which branch of Hell do we want to tackle here? That is the question. I don't think we want to do Cossetus because we don't have our cold resistance maxed out. We could do... Huh. We could do the Iron City of Dis. Or no, let's do Tartarus. I feel like we're well set up to deal with demons and whatnot. So our goal here is to just get to the bottom level as quickly as possible and then get out. Huh. Already off to somewhat of a rough start. Yeah. The rest are easy. Forget sometimes that we're pretty tough. We actually should be fairly sparing with our mana since we don't have a source of channeling particularly. We might want to look into that. A staff of channeling or something. Yeah, that slowing there was... yeah, we just keep getting blasted periodically by the forces of hell, which is not too pleasant. Doo-doo-doo. But we're just so resistant to things. I don't think that negative energy really poses any kind of a threat to us, really. Zombies don't really do much. Mummy! Skulls. Here we go. Bloop. And down we go. Creatures are summoned periodically to attack you as well. Oh, get deflect missiles back online here. Yeah, we're just really strong. Hard for most things to deal with us. I'm not sure what boss is at the end of this, but I think we'll be okay. We're maxed out on negative energy resistance, and on top of that, we have natural torment resistance as well, so we can't be sliced and diced before we get into range of things. Aha! Stairway. Down further. Each branch has 7 levels, and there's really not much treasure in any of them until you reach the bottom. Ow. Let's cast Regeneration. Get some regen going as we move along here. That's a way out. If you take the Coward's Way out, you have to start all over. Boop, 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 boop. So we certainly don't want to do that if we can help it. A stairway down. Bloop. Regeneration is really helpful here. At some point, ooh. Five of 7. At some point, we'll probably drink a potion of restore abilities, although strength is not too rough to have drained from us here. since it really only affects our melee combat and our shielding ability. Well, that's a sweet little door right there. Do. Yeah, the one of the punishments of hell is that it'll drain up to 7 from one of your stats, which is why you always want at least a couple of restore abilities potions when you come in here. If you don't have sustain abilities set up on your character already. It's actually not the worst idea to have that going on when you venture in here, and we may consider that for future branches. Getting some experience here, which is a nice plus. Nice little side effect of hell. Yeah, once we get down to the 7th level of Tartarus, we will certainly quaff one of our restore abilities potions. We'll regain some of this naturally over time, but not enough to... there we go. Not enough to be fully healed by the time we get down there. And I mean, the time that we would spend healing it up, we would be punished more and potentially run out of it anyway. Or, suffer more ill effects and whatnot. Do. Suppose we could use Aura of Abjuration to deal with some of these, but many of them like that don't. They're not summoned. They're actually very real. Too real. And Reapers aren't the worst. So many cursed things. Not really concerned, though. We won't need to be swapping much out. Aha, here we go. 7th level of hell. Let's go ahead and restore our abilities. That seems reasonable. A lot of enemies here. Get regeneration going. Trying to conserve mana if we can. Since we can always throw out a couple of nukes, but we can't necessarily regenerate mana very rapidly. Still, we seem to be doing fine. Ooh, yikes. Hello, Balrog. Shiver with cold? I don't know what that means. I guess it was just scary. Ooh. Wow, we we're actually paralyzed. Impressive. But that will not ensure your victory, Lich. For we shall slay thee. Something frightening happens. Well, thanks. Boom. La-di-da-da-da-di-da. Lots of escapes here. This is one I'm sure that there are a reasonable number of monsters that spawn here periodically, but I feel like at least exploring and clearing out some of the outer circle here is wise. Boop-a-doop-boop. I'm excited to see what kind of treasure we get. I'm a big fan of treasure. Granite Grant is a very greedy gargoyle. Yeah, resting is difficult. Best if we just keep on moving, I think, although we really do want additional mana here. Ooh, this looks like yep. Ereshkigal. Ereshkigal. Major healing, okay, so that's basically a full heal, I think. Not immune to fire, you say? Yeah. I hope that our strategy works here. Yeah! Ha ha ha! Boom! Eat that, Hell Lord. Slash lady. Ta-da! The Bone Rune of Zot. Well, that was not a lot of treasure. That was some gold. Maybe some of these other areas have treasure? I want my treasure, darn it. I am not satisfied with mere metal. Huh. Okay. Well, that's certainly exciting. Do 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 do. I think there's like a Dispel Undead spell that would be useful in situations like this. But I don't know it, so... It does appear that there is some treasure to be found, though. That rod isn't particularly exciting. Book of Power. Ah. Shadows, shadows, shadows. Blah, 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 blah. Doop, 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 doop. More gold. Why does it think we want gold? Here we go. Nothing too exciting. Maybe over this way? Ah, yes, perhaps in here. Boop-a-doo. We are so resistant to negative energy. It's really nice. An artifact flail. That's more like it. I see an artifact ring over there. That's nice as well. Oh, hi. Okay. And maybe maybe this little pod here will contain treasure also. Maybe not. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. So we did alert everything in here as to where we were standing. Oh. Get deflect missiles back up. Do 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 do. Ancient Spear, Book of Annihilations. Meh. Nothing too exciting. Well, that was fine. We got the rune, which is cool. This is a new personal best, 9 runes. So that's pretty neat. Let's see, ways out of here. All up there. Yeah, okay. Dodging at level 24, we're up to 32 evasion. Oh, with 8 drained from our strength. I think we're doing pretty well. Pretty well indeed. Whee! We made it! Welcome back to the vestibule of hell. Whew! Cool. Well, that's about all the time I have for right now. That was a nice little unwinding session. It was really neat finding a... That's the first time I've retrieved one of the hell runes. We are well over halfway there. 3/5 of the way there, in fact. So cool. Well, thanks for watching, dear viewers. That was a lot of fun for me, and I hope it was fun for you too. Making it to the bottom of the netherworld. So I'll be signing off for now, but we'll see you next time for more exciting times with Dungeon Crawlstone Soup. Thanks for watching.